Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay, so today is the last day of the Pinterest week. Next week, we'll be looking at search engine optimization, how to get yourself up in Google. But for today, we're going to be looking at how you can pin 20 to 40 pins every day to Pinterest while you sleep, while you bake, while you eat, while you work, while you do whatever else on Autopilot. Okay? And the tool we're going to look at today is called Tailwind, the Tailwind app. And if you've ever heard of it before, but it's so much fun. Anyway, excuse my excitement. I'm always excited. Let's get right into it. Okay, so how to pin 20 to 40 pins on Pinterest or to Pinterest while you sleep. Okie dokie smoky. So we're going to look at how you're going to go about setting up Tailwind, the profile, the account, and the plans. And that's step one in the whole process. So let's look at how we do that. Whoops, let's go back one. So when you get into Pinterest, you'll have the opportunity to obviously enter a name, a username, an email address, and a password. Then you end up setting up your account info. So name, I prefer to use the same name that I use on Pinterest, which is Alvern at Success Unscrambled. Organization name, and what kind of organization it is. So I have brand. You will obviously, you get a free trial for the first 15 days. If you follow the link in this particular post, you get a link to my Tailwind app review where you get a trial, or you get the first 100 pins scheduled for free. That you can use for the time being just to test out the product if you're not really sure you want to use Tailwind. Next, you can decide if you want to use one of the power-ups. Now, if you still want to do a trial, you don't need to worry about these power-ups just yet. But if you've been using Tailwind for a while and you're wondering which power-up you want to use, then this is where you make that decision. So the one I'm currently on is called a Power Up Plus. As you can see, the little plus sign in the corner where that my brand name is, and it allows me to post 200 pins to tribes every month to be part of unlimited tribes. I'll explain tribes later on, and I do have the option to use Smart Loop as it is, or upgrade to a higher version. And I'm currently on the basic version, and you can see I'm not actually currently using all of my credits for Smart Loop. So there's a free version that comes with it. As standard, that allows you to do 250 pins every month, and I'll show you that later on as well. As you can see here, you have the profile, the accounts, team, or collaborators. If everybody working on your team who needs to get access to Tailwind, you can add them. You get email notifications from Tailwind whenever anything happens or goes wrong. You can set up your Google Analytics. You could set up the Facebook pages as well. And this is obviously where billing and statements are. I do have my Facebook page connected, but I don't think, in my opinion, it's not really a good resource, because when you think of a Pinterest pin, it's a different shape, or even different dimension, size, when you compare to the actual Facebook posts. So a few times I've tried it, I didn't like the results I got. So I'm only using Tailwind to post pins to Pinterest. Okay, so next up we've got the time zone and daily pin limit, and we're going to look at that in a little bit of detail. So obviously the schedule, you need to set a schedule. So because my audience is in a different time zone from me, I make sure and set up my time zone to match the time zone of my audience, which is New York, somewhere between the eastern and western coast, somewhere in the middle. But I put it at New York, and you can see here in the next slide, you have the ability then to set up a schedule. So the suggestion is that you do a minimum of 20 pins every day to Pinterest in order to keep the visitors coming back to your blog or website every day. So I set mine up at 21. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, I have 21 there. And what it does then, it actually doesn't do exactly the same amount at the same exact time every day. It does it across a sort of a range, for want of a better word, just to make sure that you're not pinning at exactly the same times every day, because it will look like a spam. Next, we've got board list. And board list allows you to pin your pins to boards. If you know Pinterest, like I discussed earlier this week, Pinterest consists of account. The accounts have boards and the boards have pins. You've got two different kinds of boards. You've got group boards and personal boards. And then you have the ability then to, when you're scheduling, say 40 pins a day or 20 pins a day, you've got the ability then to schedule those pins directly to boards on Autopilot, different boards on Autopilot. Let me show you what that looks like. Whoops, I jumped too fast. So in this particular example, you have the group boards. So we can look here. These are the group boards I belong to. So these are not boards that I created. These are boards that other people created, and I'm one of the collaborators on those boards. And at the bottom corner, you'd see I have the bullet journal focus boards, which are my personal boards. So your board list can consist of group boards or personal boards. It really doesn't matter how you want to do it, but you can decide later on. Just have a look at board list when you get into Tailwind. Next up, we've got the tribes. And tribes are like the Pinterest, the Tailwind version of group boards on Tailwind. So, or the Pinterest version of group boards on Tailwind. So think of a tribe as a board, or a board more or less, or group of collaborators who you're pinning their stuff and they're pinning your stuff. And to me, this is the most amazing thing on Tailwind. If you think of, for example, Instagram, yes, you can have pods on Instagram where you pin other people. You post other people's stuff and they post your stuff. But with Tailwind Tribe, this is completely different. This is a much better, higher, more valuable collaborative effort compared to Instagram. I'm trying to think where else. Twitter, you don't have that collaboration. I'm trying to think what other social media platform, quote unquote. Google doesn't have that. Obviously, Google is not a social media platform. YouTube doesn't have that per se. Yeah, I think, like, I can't think of any other social media platform that has this collaborative effort that you would find in Tailwind, but I'll show you what I mean right now. So with Tailwind Tribes, you can find a tribe to join. You can create your own tribe. Once you find a tribe to join, you can join the tribe. And as you can see from the plan I am on Tailwind, I can join unlimited amounts of tribes. I'm currently a part of 86 tribes. And I have to make sure I follow the rules, otherwise I get kicked out of the tribe. I do have at least one tribe of my own that I created, but the rest are tribes belonging to other people. All right, so this is what it looks like once you're in. You can see from the left-hand corner there, I have all these little red bubbles, which is other people pinning my stuff to their boards or group boards on Pinterest. And this is my tribe. My tribe is called Blog Traffic Boosters. And I can't remember how many people are part of my tribe right now, but you can see that people constantly use it to pin their stuff to this tribe or board, for a better word. And then I would go in here and I will add their stuff to my schedule so I can pin to either group boards or to my own boards itself. right? This is where you go and you find the tribes. Let me go back a bit. If you go here, you see find a tribe there. So you have your tribes, and then you've got find a tribe. They have the actual tribe insights there. So and I create a new tribe, which is what I did, create a new tribe. So let's go and look at a find a tribe. So you click on find a tribe, you'll be brought to this screen where you'd see all different tribes in all different categories: lifestyle, travel, marketing, DIY, engage, family. And you can see education has a lot, lifestyle, travel, health and fitness. They have and food and drink have over 1,000 different tribes. So a whole lot of collaboration happening right here on Tailwind that directly reflects the collaboration that you would find on Pinterest. Okay. Once you click on, like I click on marketing, it shows me these tags specific to those tribes. And I can click on, if I'm looking for an affiliate marketing tribe, I can click on that, or network marketing, or make money blogging, or Pinterest marketing, or whatever it is. I can go there and find the tribes that actually have those specific focus on them. All right, next we're going to be looking at smart loops. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Board Booster before, but before smart loops came into effect, which is last year, I believe, there used to be a company called Board Booster, and they're no longer existing, but they were really good at helping you to recycle your pins on Pinterest. And since then, Tailwind has brought out this new functionality called Smart Loops, which helps you to repin your existing pins on Pinterest consistently over a year or more. You can set up the looping, they call them loops. You set up the loops by a topic and decide on the frequency. So if you look here, this is what my smart loop looks like. I've got, I think it's 5 different loops here, all smart loop posts, and I've got it done down by topic, for want of a better words, all the blogging, social media, entrepreneur. I've got save money, and I've got one more which I can't. Oh, I think it's blog traffic that I have, and you can see the total the pins, total pins published. So close to 1,000 pins that have been published by Smart Loops so far. It sounds like a cereal, doesn't it? Smart Loops. Anyway, and the total amount of repins. So the repin rate is 0.2. Now, depending on your niche, yours might be much higher. So for example, food, blogging, fashion, and skincare or beauty gets a much higher rate, and fitness, much higher rate than I would. Because I'm in the marketing niche, my repin rate is not that high. But I'll go in and show you what it looks like. So when you have to create a smart loop, a new loop, you go in and obviously you go back one actually. You click on this button here, new loop here, and then you go in here and it asks you to name your loop, give it a name. Like mine have social media loop and blogging loop and all that. And then you choose the boards that you want on that smart loop, and how do you want the loops to happen? Is it all year round, or if it loop every year between what time and what time? So if you have seasonal pins like Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's, Easter, back to school, Halloween, and all of that, then you would not choose the all year round one. You choose time periods for that one. I don't have those kinds of pins, so let's get into it. So you select the loop type, so you can see it's kind of be evergreen, which is, all year round, or seasonal based on all of those holidays. Then you have which schedule you want. So they have the core content, which is 4 times a week, or you have the niche topic content, which is 3 times a week. In this particular instance, I went to a custom schedule because I wanted to be pinned twice a day, 2 times a day as it says here, and the time to loop through all the pins is 5. So it takes 5 months for them to go through all of the pins that I've listed on my blogging stuff. And it shows you the 24 time slots. because you know I have 21 pins going out every day, and of those 24 pins going out every day, 2 of them is done by the all blogging stuff smart loop cycle. All right. If you have any questions on the Tailwind, let me know. But I'm going to jump in and show you Tailwind live right now. So I'm going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to share you a different screen. So you can see that, here we go. Okay, make sure that is sharing. Is it? It is. Bear with me a second. Just gonna stop sharing for a second. And 2 secs. I don't know, I was supposed to be logged in there. I don't know what happened. And there we go. Okay, where were we? Let me quickly share that screen with you very quickly. All right, when you first log into Tailwind, they show you all your stats. Not important right now, but what's important is for me to show you the tribes. Actually, I'll show you the scheduling first. Now, Tailwind can be a bit slow, and you can see why. It's just so many things happening on this platform. So if I click on here, and I click on your schedule, there is even a chat window on Tailwind, and you can see what it looks like here. When you get in, so this is my general queue, 21 average times for today, and to recreate it, I just need to click that button, and it will allow me to recreate the schedule. I'm not going to adjust that. I'm just going to leave it as is, and you see it there, and it then adjusts accordingly. So even though I have 17 per day, it bumps it up and has it sort of varying between 18 and 23 pins a day. And it's very easy to add a time slot or remove one or suggest a new one. But this is the one that's based on the engagement that they've received on Tailwind. They will actually advise you to pick new slots, as you can see. So it's a very intuitive platform. And once you're ready to schedule your pins, you have 2 options really. Well, 3 options to be fair. You can, okay, every now and again you do get a failed pin, and it will tell you here once you hover over this post had trouble processing. So you just click requeue, and that's that done. Yes, you will especially see it often if you're pinning to group boards. But I don't ever schedule to group boards. It's just my choice, but you guys can do it, no problem. So I'll say you gals. Okay, so if I go in here, you can see all my pins in the schedule on the right-hand side here, and you can see the individual pins in a much closer view up here, as you can see. And all you need to do to schedule these pins here, you have 3 options. Number 1, you click on that and upload pins that you saved on your hard drive. You list them down and bring them in here in bulk. And when you bring them in here in bulk, you'll find them in your drafts ready for scheduling in this drafts menu here. Okay. This is where you'll find them all. And from there, you choose a board or group of boards. That you can see here, I have many different group boards or boards. For example, I could see this one, for example, and I can choose those boards. I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, I should show you something cool. I just remembered. Hang on. Let's try this one. So once it shows up in yellow there, it means that I've pinned this link blog post to these boards before in the past, and I click on the arrow, the icon, it tells me when that happened. Okay, you see here. I said I'm not going to schedule anything now. The second way you can schedule pins to select pins to schedule is you go into the Pinterest feed and you scroll down a wee bit like so. And you make sure you download the Tailwind extension to your browser, which I have here. And you click on it. And what it does, it gathers all of those pins that you're looking at there. And you can select the ones you want. And you'll see it populating the bottom of my screen. I'm going to select this one because this is probably an ad. That's why it's showing like that. So I can unselect it. Let's see that one. So I'm just showing you. I'm not going to actually schedule this, but I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once I click Go Schedule, it's going to bring me up a draft window. And I just need to make sure that all of the pins have an appropriate link, like an actual, it leads to an actual, some of them don't actually have a URL because it's an ad. When you click on that, when you select an ad, it doesn't have an actual URL, or it doesn't have a title on the pin itself. And you just go in and make sure that it has a description as well. So this is the link normally at the bottom here, the description. And when you go over to that sharing window, you would see there is a title. So actually, I'm just going to click Go Share because I just want to show you what that looks like. I'm not going to schedule them because they are not the ones that I want for my boards right now. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that still, because I know when you do sharing, you probably can't see it. Just in case you can't see it, I'm just going to scroll down so you can see it has a link, it's missing a description, and it has a title there. Like I said, I'm not going to do these. I'm just going to delete them because I don't want those on my boards right at this moment. And okay, once you choose them, that's a second way to schedule pins to your what's the word I'm looking for? To your Tailwind schedule. You can also say, for example, you might have a like a secret board, because with Pinterest you can have secret boards as well. And the secret board then have fresh pins that you've created in bulk. You can still go to that secret board, scroll down a bit, and schedule. I wouldn't suggest scheduling existing pins because Pinterest now has a policy that they want you to pin fresh pins to Pinterest. So selecting from an existing board is not gonna cut it for them. Okay, so you can either put them into a board and do it that way. The next way to do it is heading over to tribes. So I don't remember doing anything specific on this one, so I'm just going to go over and set leave because I didn't actually upload any pins. And you go over to Tailwind tribes. And like I mentioned, these tribes are a collaborative effort. So you can pin other people's pin and they will pin yours. Obviously, you just make sure what you're pinning is valuable to your audience. I wouldn't suggest that you pin rubbish to your boards. So let me see if I find one here. Copying versus duplicated content. So I tend to look for pins that people would love to repin because I want engagement on my profile, on my account, Pinterest account. So This one looks like a mindset pin. So I'm just gonna go here and I'm gonna put here because I have a mindset board. And once you get a green tick, it means that you've never pinned this to the mindset tips board before. And then you click add. And that's scheduled over then to your list of schedules. Before we finish up, I just want to show you the board list as well, live. So you get a look at that. So as you can see here, I have a whole lot of board lists over the years I created, and every now and again I will schedule to a bunch of boards as opposed to, and you can see the difference in color. So that's a group board, that's a secret board. Those are all my boards. That's a secret board, as you can see there. But yeah, that gives you a feel for that. And one other thing I wanted to show you, obviously, is smart loops again in live, what it looks like. And it is a little bit loading, a little bit slowly. I'm just going to scroll down and show you. So although the average here is 0.2 in terms of the repin rate, if you go down and have a look, there are some pins that perform a lot better than others. So for example, these two pins are my top performing pins. I still don't know why, because I don't find them that special, but they have a 0.6 repin rate compared to other pins. These are 0.3, etc. As you go down, it gets less, and this has 0.4. So there are some pins that just perform a lot better compared to other pins, and that's just the way it is. All right, so there we go. That was a little bit of a longer training than usual, but I just wanted to show you how to take advantage of Pinterest with both hands and run with it, so that you can get the most for your business or website or blog using Pinterest marketing. So I'm just going to brief a note here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Until next week, to enjoy your weekend. So next week we'll be looking at search engine optimization, which is another way of marketing your products and services or blog or assets or whatever it is to the world. So join me next time for that big event. Okay, bye for now.